Are you looking to improve your sales without resorting to pushy tactics? Welcome to Sales Made Easy, the podcast that helps you to achieve better sales results and gain long-lasting clients through relational selling. Let's get right into it. It's my turn to speak. You had your say. Now it's my turn. Have we ever felt this way in our conversations, especially sales conversations? You know, a prospect or a customer might be telling us something, and we're just going internally, we're like, finish, will you? Because I am going to unload. I'm going to lay it down here. Well, that's not the best approach, in my opinion. I shared Brian Tracy's video. I was really happily surprised when I saw it, but it disappointed me as well because I thought it was my idea. But it wasn't, and there's really nothing new under the sun. But I got a huge kick out of listening to Brian Tracy, who is like the quintessential sales expert. He said, when someone speaks, you're listening, do not immediately respond. Pause. He said, if we respond immediately, which is what the vast majority of us do, because we're not thinking, we're just waiting. So if we're truly empathizing with people, we're reflecting, how does that person feel right now who is telling us this? So instead of responding immediately, we pause, let it sink in. Now we want to become relatable. How does that, what they just said, how does that impact us? So for instance, a person might be blaming us. Maybe something happened, didn't work out right, and we get defensive. Well, what if we were in their shoes? Would you want your sales representative or the business owner to come back at you, or would you want them to be relatable? Would you want them to empathize, to understand where you're coming from? I'm pretty sure I don't want someone to retaliate. I want them to understand where I'm coming from. If I'm frustrated, I want them to acknowledge that, to feel it with me. So in a selling environment, I mean, I watch this pretty frequently. Prospect or potential buyer is saying something, they make a point, and then immediately there's a response. It's almost like the person didn't even really finish before we're responding. This is where that pause, counting to 3 or 4 or 5 before you respond, shows that you care, shows that you're reflecting on what they just said, and this will help you to draw closer to them in the relationship selling, that human connection where empathy is shown. So to summarize, when we think it's our turn to speak, let it go, pause, give a chance to reflect on what was just said. The outcome will be much better. Otherwise, people will think we're not listening and we're like every other salesperson that does not understand them as a person. Nobody wants that. We can prevent it. Show we care, listen, pause, and then respond with empathy. I hope that helps. Talk to you next time. Thanks for listening to Sales Made Easy. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Also, you're invited to join the Facebook group Sales Training Selling with Dignity. Serve first, the selling will follow.